I want to tell you guys a story. I started telling these guys, we went out for dinner last night. I started telling these guys a story and they were like, you have to stop.
It was.
You have to stop.
It was vintage Adam.
And I want to know, because I haven't told my wife about this. And I want everybody listening to tell me, if you're listening to this right now in your car, I want you to tell me how you would react if you came home and your partner tells you a story like this. Like, so one of the things I'm going to just say right now, I'm pretty sure I have a touch of the face blindness thing.
You don't remember faces or names.
I can't remember faces. I can't remember names. If people think it's like an effort thing, it's really not. And so I'm going to, so this story is a little bit windy, but bear with me, okay? Because I have not told my wife because I don't know how she's going to react.
Okay.
So when I was a younger radio DJ, I used to hang out with some people from a record label in town, and they were a couple of really nice guys, and we'd go for beers or something and just talk about music. And it was always really interesting to hear the business side of the music industry, whatever, right? So we fell out of touch. One of them has moved up at the record label. One of them has gone on to start their own business. And, I randomly saw one of the guy who had left the business and started his own. I randomly saw him on LinkedIn and I added him. And he messaged me almost instantly. He was like, we got to go out. We got to go for lunch. And I was like, great, that sounds awesome. So first off, this is how much things have changed for him. His assistant sends me an invite. And I was like, oh, wow, we're playing on a different playfield here. He's like it's like some wealth management company, whatever. I'm like, oh, you've like really leveled up.
Does this story end with you owning a timeshare?
No, it doesn't.
It sounds like you're getting recruited to a cult.
And
anyway, I own Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
When somebody's assistant messages you and it's not AI, it's like, oh, like, okay, so you're doing pretty good. Anyway, so I am like, I better be at this dinner or this lunch on time and whatever. And I know if you don't know me, being on time is not my forte, but I was on time.
Not today.
I was on time for this. And I walk into this Italian restaurant in Midtown Toronto, and I walk in and there's a guy, and there he is. And he comes over and shakes my hand. He's like, great to see you, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, great to see you too. But it was like weird because he just shook my hand. And I was like, okay, so maybe he's like corporate. No, usually you get like a guy hug.
Yeah.
Right?
And it had been a while. Fair.
So, but it's been a while. So, okay, fine. It's pre-pandemic, the last time we saw each other, whatever.
Yeah.
So he leads me into like the bar area of the restaurant, and we're sitting and talking. And it's weird because he goes into his, I feel like there's like maybe an unfamiliarness there. And I'm like, maybe it's because we haven't seen each other in so long.
It's been a while. Yeah.
So anyway, he goes into start talking about how, father dies young. He becomes the main breadwinner in his family. And so he's, in order to
light day at Toronto.
Be entrepreneurial, he's working at a failing restaurant in Port Hope. And and Port Hope is a tiny city outside of Toronto. I swear to God, this is going somewhere. And he's like, so I went to the owners and I was like, your basement isn't being used. Can I turn it into like an all ages club with some drinking in one particular corner or whatever? This is like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so he's like, that was my first business and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I do not remember my friend telling me any of these stories, right? And we had been drinking buddies for all intents and purposes. So
what a life
you
would
have
lived.
expected. Yeah. So I'm like, this is all brand new to me. And anyway, I'm like, you know what? I had just gotten off the road. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I was like, let me just 10 minutes into this conversation. I'm like, hey, listen, just give me a sec. I got to use the bathroom.
He told you all that in 10
I'll be
minutes.
back.
Sorry.
Yeah. We launched right in. I was like, man, we're hitting the ground running here.
He did not warm you up. He's like, all right, father died young.
No hug. Dad died young.
Yeah,
started a club.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Been investing in things ever since. I'm like, well, I guess that makes sense. He's an investment firm now, whatever. Anyway, so I go down, I go to the bathroom. But I check my phone in the bathroom. And there is a email from my friend, Steven. And Steven's like, hey, I'm on the second floor. And by this time, we're supposed to meet at 12. It's now 12:15. And I'm like, oh my God, who am I sitting with? And this guy, I swear to you, carbon copy, looked exactly the same to me.
I don't think, Adam.
To you is the key phrase there.
I don't think, I'd love to see a side by side. Because you had a lunch with a stranger.
Well, yeah. And we had ordered drinks and everything. And
How much
what
did
if
you
he
have?
roofied
no,
you?
I hadn't eaten food yet.
But no, sorry, no. But like, also, what if he was going to kidnap you? Who
Well,
was he?
I don't. So anyway, I'm like,
That makes me scared.
so you think about the.
And this is where we stopped him last night because we were like, we have so many questions.
I want you to think about the flop sweats you have when you've walked into a restaurant, shaken hands with somebody, sat down with them, ordered drinks, talked to them about their childhood, and you're in a urinal or you're at a urinal. I wasn't sitting in the urinal. You're at a urinal and you're realizing that you were not supposed to be hanging out with them. You're late for your other lunch.
The one time you're on time, you have lunch with the wrong person.
He's going to use this as justification to be late for everything.
Yeah.
Did you say goodbye to him?
So
Did you just leave?
So here's the thing. I'm downstairs. My coat is at the table. So I don't really have any other choice. And I'm like, okay. So I walk up and I'm like, so this, and again, Jax and TJ do not know this because they cut me off. So I walk up to the table and you guys know that I've got like curly-ish hair. And sure enough, there is a curly-haired guy about my height and my complexion, dark features, dark curly hair, literally probably 5'11", just like I am. Actually, I'm 6 feet tall, but anyway.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And he is like looking agitated and confused. And the guy looks at me and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm at the wrong table. And anyway, so I like reached out to shake the curly guy's hand and he's like same size, like same body composition, everything. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm going to go, I believe my friend's upstairs. And the other guy's like, okay. And I shook the other guy's hand and then I just left.
So was this man that just like, because it sounds like he's had a hard life and you've made his life harder.
I think he might have been, he might have been the restaurant owner. I think he might have been the restaurant owner because he was talking about how he ran restaurants and
Unprompted too, it sounds like.
So I think and the guy's hand, this is my theory. The guy's hand who I shook, I think he's in the trades because he had rough hands and I've got soft baby hands. And you can always tell somebody who's in the trades.
Ask, who are you?
So Jax, are you really going to ask who are you? Or are you just going to be like, I'm going to get the hell out of here as soon as possible?
You know what I would say? I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I just realized I had, lunch with you and you're not who I was supposed to meet.
Well, we did say that, but I didn't say I didn't follow it up. I was just like, okay, I'll see you later.
Or who are you waiting for? But instead you're like, by the feel of his skin, he was a tradesman.
He builds ships for a living, I can tell. Can I just say,
sure.
I have a lot of questions. Hang on.
You are totally the blame here because he also just kind of started talking at you.
Is
that what he does?
He was very confident. He just went right into the conversation.
And that would lull me into a false sense of security as well.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I worry. That's why I worry what he took you.
Well,
for sure he's going to get
it. It was the middle of the day in a restaurant. But he was, so anyway, I leave and I go upstairs. Now I got to explain this to Steven. And Steven was like, he looked at me and he's like, where have you been? And I said, I'm so sorry. And I haven't seen him in 8 or 9 years. And then I got to say, hey, I know we haven't seen each other in 8 or 9 years. And you're the head of like a big business now, but here's what I just did. And it was his reaction to that story that prompted me to say, maybe I shouldn't tell my wife. Because I thought
he was like, are you okay?
Yes.
Oh, he didn't find it funny.
Well, he was kind of like, I was like trying to play it off as it was funny.
Yeah, I just had a 15-minute conversation with someone I don't know.
But imagine you're in his position, right? You're like, this guy might be the dumbest person I've ever met.
No, you're not dumb. But I will say, that because remember when you drove away with your laptop on your roof?
I did do that.
Yes.
So tell that story.
Yeah. Well, you put your laptop on your roof and you drove away and you didn't realize until somebody turned it into the police station.
And the police called me and said, we have your laptop.
So
that has happened.
These are 2 examples. And I say this as a dear, this is not, I'm glad that you're here, TJ, because you're a lifelong, we know this guy.
This is actually why I'm here, is because we're concerned.
This is an intervention.
This is a bit of an intervention.
I think, slow down, slow down. And you know what? You know how I'm a quick talking maritimer and I can, I get frazzled and you say, slow down. And I think as you march in and I can feel how warm you are as you marched into that restaurant because you're on time. Yeah. Say, who is this person to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the person I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And was it at Chironi?
It was at Chironi.
Okay, I'm looking up the
Yeah.
owners.
Good call.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Steven texted me later. We had a great lunch, but I do want you to know this. He's like, he texted me later, and he and his wife have 2 beautiful kids, and like his life has completely changed from when I knew him. He was a confirmed bachelor back then, and he said, "I just want you to know that my wife does not believe you." And I said, and it was funny because I was like, "You tell her that I will meet her there," because the hostess and the waitress were both like, "What the hell just happened?" I'm like, "I have witnesses. This happened."
You know
Like,
what? Actually, TJ, I'm not looking up anything.
You're not gonna
You
look up
think,
anything.
you think this is a ruse?
I think you run out of excuses to be late.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's
I think that now you're like, this is a false story.
no,
and,
this
and,
is a
the,
true
and the feel
story.
of his hands. And I had lunch
Yeah.
with it.
He is getting into a lot of detail.
I kid you
a
not.
lot of detail.
I didn't
Well,
even know
the-
what his hands felt like.
Well,
you were late.
because you shake a hand, and you know my hands are always sweaty.
Yes.
So you shake a hand that's different from your hand. You know.
And I can tell you, as somebody with a dead father, it takes me at
Wow.
least 25 minutes to get into the conversation, not
Wow.
10. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's because
Yeah.
you didn't open an all ages club.
So,
Yeah.
so let's be
In a
honest.
small
here.
town.
Tell me honestly. Tell me
Okay,
honestly,
yeah.
because I know the two of you get together. You run bits, right?
Oh, yeah. Riffing.
So-
I miss it.
Yeah.
Uh, so if Val came home, TJ,
Yeah.
and told you that story, and Jax, if person X, who
the non-existent person.
the non-existent partner who's coming in the future,
Yeah.
fabulous partner to Jax, comes home and tells you this story, how do you react to that?
I'd say, who let you out of the house?
No, honestly, what would you say?
I would have concerns. I would be genuinely concerned.
This is why I don't want to tell her.
I would say.
This is why I don't
yeah.
want to tell her.
Oh, yeah, because you know what they say? Marriage is only for having easy conversations. Good call.
Yeah, Adam, listen, he's the guy that I think we have to listen to. But
Yeah,
marriages now, yeah.
he's got the success rate when it comes to marriages.
I think I would say, do you want to come to an AA meeting with me? Are you?
I don't drink.
Are you okay?
I
don't know.
barely drink.
Well,
I don't know.
Barely.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See what the test says.
Yeah. I just slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think
think she-
Natalie would say that.
She would
Yeah.
probably say the same thing. That, like, consider this a learning moment.
Consider this a learning
That's what she
moment.
would say. Because
Okay.
that's so sweet.
Because I haven't told her. I haven't told my mom. I haven't told the other guys from the other podcast I'm on, Steve and Jesse, who we all know very well.
Why are you
Well-
dumping this on us?
Well, because I
Yeah.
thought it might be safer here first.
Big
Because
mistake.
you guys tend to be the nicest of my friends. Everybody else tears me apart. So I was like,
Okay,
let me warm this up.
what would
with
your
that
mother
guy.
say? Like, get it together?
I'm afraid to tell her too.
But-
She
and
would
she-
be
And I don't
mad.
want to tell her with Natalie in the room because then it's the two of them against me and I'm
Yeah.
toast.
I think she would be mad because she's also like has to deal with like remembering a lot of people. And I don't think your mother's had lunch with a stranger by accident.
No. No, I don't think she would fall for that.
Okay. All right.
But I also do want you to go back and see if you can find him.
At
this point-
do you think he's okay?
Well, you guys have established a connection, and I am a little upset that you just kind of
Actually,
Left
what
him
if
there.
this is how you make a really good friend?
yeah.
That could be it. Maybe I should look up and see if he is the owner of the restaurant.
It's
and be
hard
like,
to make
listen,
friends.
it was me, but it was nice to meet you. And he seemed like a really nice guy. Like he had a great backstory.
Why don't you go kiss him?
No, I wasn't like that.
Okay.
But
Sorry, TJ
What?
makes me feel crazy. I say wild
Don't you
things.
put that on me.
Yeah, okay.
so anyway, that's my story.
I'm glad. I hope that you don't do that again, and I hope you're okay.
Do you trust me though when I say I don't remember faces now? Do you guys get it? Do you understand how hard it is?
You introduce yourself to my best friend Emma. I witnessed it at least 7 times before.
I had somebody
You had
yelled
been
at
in
me
her
once for
home.
that.
Good.
They did?
Somebody yelled at me once for that. I was out with a group of friends and I introduced myself to this very, very nice person. And they're like, this is the 3rd effing time I have met you.
I think you
And
just
I-
have to say how are you because you say like great to meet you so confidently.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
too
do that.
genuine.
I like to say good to see you again,
Okay.
because then it flips it back on them. Because then they feel bad. If we haven't met, they feel bad.
TJ, that's
so you're just
manipulative.
inflicting guilt on the innocent?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just say how are you?
No.
how are you? Nice to see you.
Good to see you again.
But again, is like that's a lot. That's like a challenge.
Good.
We've never met before. Then
Yeah.
what do you say?
Don't.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
question.
See?
Oh, you don't remember?
TJ, don't gaslight them.
Yeah. You don't remember? You sound crazy right now. Lay one of those on them,
And
you
then
win.
tell them to calm down if they get
Yeah.
upset. Yeah.
Come on, you're so much prettier when you smile. Just relax.
TJ! Jesus.
That's a good thing to say, right?
Yeah,
to
that's
people.
right. That's
They
right.
love
Oh
that.
gosh.